Reform UK has just proposed that they want to scrap indefinite leave to remain for migrants and instead keep migrants on visas that don't have to keep renewing every few years. So let's go into the details of all of this to see why this is unrealistic, unfair, and even politically confusing. Let's see. My name is Tochi and welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so YouTube can recommend it to more people, and kindly share it as well. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button right now. Thank you. So here it goes. Reform UK has announced it would abolish the right of migrants to qualify for permanent settlement in the UK after 5 years if the party wins the next election. Under the plans, migrants would need to reapply for new visas with tougher rules, and reform would abolish indefinite leave to remain, which gives people rights and access to benefits. Reform has also said it plans to bar anyone other than British citizens from accessing welfare. If you're saying that people are going to keep renewing visas for every few years, what kind of visas are they going to be on? Are they going to continue being on that visa, on the skilled worker visa, or would you create a new visa, maybe call it a temporary permanent visa or something? Like, what visa are people going to now be on that they would have to be renewing every 5 years? And will you tie them down to one particular employer? What is the plan? Are they going to keep renewing the visas forever, or will they have to, like, what exactly is the plan? Because sometimes I feel like these people don't really think things through. Just for political sake, you just come out to say some things without thoroughly, because all these plans, they are laid down plans that have been put in place to make sure that all of these things are happening, like all of these things come to pass, right? Like somebody comes on a skilled worker visa, and then after 5 years you get your ILR, and then after that you get your indefinite leave to remain. They have plans, all those phases. So when you now want to scrap all of that, will you now put new things in place, and how are you going to make that happen? And also, what about the money that people have already paid for indefinite leave to remain? If you're going to abolish that and take that away, it means you have to give people back their money. So is it also in your plan to refund every single person that have paid for ILR all the money that they spent? People already have in mind that after 5 years, they'll get ILR, and these are the things they need to do to qualify. You write the exams, you write your life in the UK test, you apply for ILR. ILR is over £3,000 now for one person. Okay, so imagine a family of 3 or 4 that have paid for everybody, and they are all on their indefinite leave to remain right now. And then you now come out, or at that time, and then you now come out to say, oh, no, sorry, we're taking it back. You're going to take it back. Okay, yes. Are you still going to give them back the money that they spent? And even if you give them back the money, what you now expect such family people to do? What do you want them to do? Because it's possible that at that point, maybe their visas would have expired, their skilled worker visas, okay? It's possible that a lot of things, like they've already planned their lives and future, knowing that they already have indefinite leave to remain. So if you're going to take that away from them, what kind of visas are you going to put such people on? And on that visa, are you going to create new restrictions or new rules and regulations for such visas? Because you say you're going to create tighter rules, a new visa with tighter rules and everything. How is that even going to be possible? And this will bring me to my next point. Most times when we talk about migrants in the UK, they think it's only blacks and Asians that are migrants. No. We have Americans, Australians, Canadians, right? These people are also here on indefinite leave to remain, right? So if you're going to, that means it's going to affect everybody, even those from Hong Kong. We all watched the last debates. We all saw it. For those that watched the ILR petition debates, right? You saw how Hong Kong people were highly represented. That's to show you that they have numbers and people that are well represented. So if you're going to take out ILR or take back ILR from everybody that you've given ILR at that point that you want to do that. Reform has also said it plans to bar anyone other than British citizens from accessing welfare. We don't even access welfare normally. So under the current system, migrants can apply for indefinite leave to remain after 5 years, given the right to live, study, and work in the UK permanently. But it is a key route to getting British citizenship and allows people to claim benefits. He said it will replace ILR with visas that force migrants to reapply every 5 years. Is that going to be forever? That includes hundreds of thousands of migrants currently in the UK. Applicants would also have to meet certain criteria, including a higher salary threshold and standard of English. That's already what's here. Yes, we keep talking about migrants. It feels like every politician now, they forget to talk about the economy, talk about the NHS, talk about every other thing that is bothering the country other than migration. Like, it feels like migration or migrants is just the only problem of the UK right now. And legal migrants are not really the problem. That's what I want you guys to understand. But politics, playing politics, will just not let them see beyond the surface. Legal migrants are not your problem. We are contributing to the economy as well. Like, we're here doing good, helping, contributing to the society and the economy. We're not even entitled to public funds. We're not taking anything. We pay for our houses ourselves. We pay for our feeding, our everything. Even we pay for IHS fees. We pay our taxes, even for our health care. But when you talk about migrants, the way they speak about immigrants, the way they talk, it seems like every one of us have committed offense, and it's not fair anymore. These people have to start giving credit to who credit is due, because honestly, I know, yes, it's the UK, it's their country, their rules, their laws, but at the same time, we all are human beings. Like, is it that you don't want migrants to breathe anymore? You don't want migrants to think. You don't want migrants to you don't want them to do anything. It feels like once you're being called about to talk, everything is migrants. We saw the Conservative Party as well, right? The leader of the Conservative Party, everything she keeps talking about migrants. Because we also, when she said that she's even going to extend British citizenship to 10 years, she's going to do that and do this, like what exactly is the problem? If you want to do anything or make rules or regulations, for the benefit of your people, of your country, that's fine. But stop rubbing it in our faces as if legal migrants are the problem, because migrants applied for visas, and it was this same government that granted these visas. Okay, you are the ones that said you have shortage of staff and you want people to come in and fill up these gaps. And people applied legally, applied for those jobs, got it, followed the due process, applied for their visas, paid all the money involved, got it. These people are not illiterates. He keeps saying that these people are low-skilled workers. Who are the low-skilled workers? Is it nurses, doctors, engineers, construction workers? Who exactly are the low-skilled workers? There are skilled migrants, highly skilled professionals. So the way they talk about ILR, like it's something that is just handed over to somebody for free. Getting ILR is already very strict. The process, the regulations, the rules. So you have to show a lot of things before you can get ILR. Of course, you have to have met the rule of staying in the UK for 5 years, at least 5 years. You have to pass the life in the UK tests. You have to pass the English tests. You have to show good character, no criminal records, all those things. You have to prove and show all of that before you'll be considered for your indefinite leave to remain, right? But they talk about it like it's just peanuts, and then we pay through our noses for it. It's very, very expensive. It's one application that, if a lot of families are not careful, would leave you broke or take you back to square one. It's very, very expensive. People that apply for ILR and get it are people that are qualified for it. So many skilled and educated migrants have come to solve the shortage of staff or shortage crisis in different sectors. I think it's high time legal migrants are getting respected, because what is all of this? It's tiring. It's all on the news today, and trust me, it's not only just affecting adults as well, it's going to affect children. Because everywhere you go to, it's this. The migrants are doing this, do that. Like, is migrant the only problem of the world? What's going on? I understand that there are a lot of locals that don't even support these things. These things that politicians are doing. Reform UK is not even in power yet. They don't have the powers or the numbers to make such drastic change. So why make such a statement? See, migrants are contributors, okay? Legal migrants especially are contributors. They are not the enemies. Okay, migrants work in the NHS, construction, different sectors in the UK, social care, different sectors. They are building families, paying taxes, buying houses. So, what else do you want? And these numbers that you guys keep talking about, that there are lots of, the numbers are increasing and everything. They are going down now. From the statistics and the numbers the Home Office keeps releasing, these numbers are coming down drastically. But nobody's talking about that. And even when it was high, it was still the same Home Office that granted these visas. So what is the problem? It's not like any legal migrants forced their way in here or came through the back door. No. And now that all the measures you have been putting in place to cut this down is working, is showing. They are coming down, but people are not talking about it. Legal migrants are not taken from the UK, okay? They are helping to build the UK as well. If you decide to remove every single legal migrant in the UK, do you think UK will be affected? So why not face the real problem? Like, face it, talk about what you're going to do realistically. How you're going to improve the NHS. How you're going to improve the standard of living. How you're going to get interest rates to get down. How you're going to get inflation to get down. How you're going to improve the education system, everything, create jobs. How you're going to do all of that. Those are the real problems of the country and not legal migrants. So you see, guys, for me, this idea of scrapping indefinite leave to remain, I don't think it makes any sense, and it's not fair at all. Even now that the government have announced that they want to change or extend ILR from 5 years to 10 years, they also came out to say consultation is ongoing before they make any, final announcements or make any decisions. Because I'm sure they're even being careful about it because of how sensitive the matter is. Just coming to say some things, like sometimes you have to think through before you talk, and not just for the purpose of it, because at the end of the day, you might just end up sounding like you don't know what you're doing, really. Before, let's go down. When asked if it was fair to send rule following migrants home, Farage argued there was no fair play to British people who have been priced out of the market by endless cheap foreign labor. I don't understand how. If they applied for these jobs in the first place, there won't even be any room to say foreigners should come in and work. Remember that it was shortage in some of these sectors. It was the shortage of staff that made the government to even open up to international applicants in the first place. So how? The job has to be done anyway. So if people here are not doing the job and the government decides to open doors for people to come in, and people come in legally, so what's the problem? He said he has also accepted the policy will split families and remove people integrated in their communities. But that's why we're giving people advance notice of what's coming. Okay. So guys, you guys have heard what he said is coming. So this is going to be like if this even happens, it's going to be like the biggest shakeup ever, because what is this? So he said you also replace ILR with entrepreneurs, innovators, people that will come and spend their money and everything in the UK. They are willing to commit significant capital to the economy. And what's the guarantee that when they come to commit, you've called them to come, when they come back tomorrow to commit, you'll not start calling them names and insinuating that they're the ones spoiling the system? Because that is how it always turns out to be tomorrow. They'll also introduce acute skill shortage visas for jobs in crisis. Under the scheme, firms can hire one worker from abroad only if they train one at home. So you have to train one at home before you can hire one from abroad. They will also raise the average wait for UK citizenship from 6 years to 7. So yeah, you say a lot of people are going to lose their indefinite leave to remain. So many of those who will lose their leave to remain are entirely dependent on the welfare state and will leave voluntarily upon losing access to benefits, he said. So apparently, once he takes the indefinite leave to remain, they'll now have to leave voluntarily because they don't have access to benefits. So how have they been coping all the while before they say accessing benefits, before they got indefinite leave to remain? On a visa, you're not entitled to public funds. You're not entitled to any benefits. So yeah, it's quite a lot. Well, this is just the summary, even though a lot of people, MPs and locals, doesn't even agree with him as well. But it is what he said, okay? This is just thought to share this and to just tell you guys what I think, to react to it. I want to hear what you guys think about this in the comment section as well. We're all going to be all right. And trust me, any other information or update news that comes up, I'm definitely going to let you guys know, okay? So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye-bye.